the heart of India's farmlands, where age-old agricultural traditions still thrive, a quiet revolution is taking flight. This is the story of Maruth drones. For Damodar Reddy, a farmer in Telangana, the burden of manual spraying is a familiar one. The sweltering heat, the long hours, and the constant risk of inhaling hazardous chemicals are a dangerous reality for many farmers across India.
If you type in Google cancer train, everyday train goes from Punjab to Rajasthan for treatment of cancer patient. Majority, more than 90% of the farmers who are prone to cancer. Then we understood the problem. Today, the farmer does the activities like spraying when there's a pest and disease. When he sprays, he's carrying a 20 kg snack sprayer and he's inhaling and he's having food with the same hand and drinking water in the same environment. Because of that, there's the health hazard like a cancer. To reduce this health hazard, that's where we thought of doing these drones in agriculture and disconnect access, and so that drones can do the activities like a spraying in the start.
Damodar watches as the drone efficiently and safely sprays his field with pinpoint accuracy. This technology is up to 20 times more efficient than the traditional manual or tractor sprayers he has typically used, dramatically cutting spraying time while ensuring precision and, most importantly, keeping him safe from potential health hazards.
పూర్వం సంది మేము కూడా స్ప్రేలు అప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ స్ప్రేలే లేకుండే, తర్వాత స్ప్రేలు కొట్టేది. ఆయన సంపులు తీసుకొని ఒక డే మొత్తం కొట్టుకుంటే ఒక ఎకరం కొట్టుకునేది. దానికి ఒకటి నీళ్ళు పోయాలి, ఒకటి స్ప్రే కొట్టాలి, ఒకటి మందులు పోయాలి. అట్లా అయితే కష్టంతో ఉండే పని ఉండే. ఇప్పుడు రాను రాను పెట్రోల్ పంపులు వచ్చినాయి. ఆ పెట్రోల్ పంపులు కూడా ఇప్పుడు మూట అయిపోయినాయి. ఇప్పుడు ట్రాక్టర్ పంపులు వచ్చాయి. ట్రాక్టర్ పంపులు కూడా నానా రకాలు వస్తున్నాయి ఇప్పుడు. అవి కూడా ఇప్పుడు అదిగోంగా ఇప్పుడు డ్రోన్లు వచ్చినాక ఇంకా ఈజీ అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు డ్రోన్ పైకి వెళ్ళి ఫస్ట్ డ్రోన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు పైకి వెళ్ళి పోతే ఎక్కడ కొడుతుంది ఏం కథ అని మేము దాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోలేదు. ఒకటి రెండు సార్లు ఈ పక్క గ్రామాల్లో కొడుతుంటే చూసాం. దాంతో మాకు మంచిగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అనిపించింది. టైం అడ్జస్ట్ అయింది, ఖర్చు తక్కువైంది, వాటర్ కష్టం తక్కువైంది. అందు నుంచి మేము కూడా డ్రోన్లు వాడుతున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక విషయం సార్, ఇప్పుడు మక్క వేసినాం, అది 6-7 ఫీట్లలో ఎత్తు పెరిగింది. అందులోకెళ్ళి మనుషులతో కొట్టనీకే సాధ్యం కాదు. అది ఇప్పుడు ఈ డ్రోన్ అయితే అలేపులో పోతున్నది మీదకెళ్ళి. పురుగు కంట్రోల్ అవుతున్నది దానికి. ఇప్పుడు మనుషులు కొట్టాలంటే ఇంత 2 ఫీట్లు 3 ఫీట్లు ఉన్నప్పుడు అంటే రైతులు లేబర్తో కొట్టుకోగలుగుతాం. అది ఇప్పుడు 6-7 ఫీట్లు అయింది. తేడా కనిపిస్తున్నది. ఇంతకుముందుకు మన స్ప్రేలతో కొడితే ఇట్లా పోతుంటే ఓ పక్క పడేది, ఓ పక్క పడపోయేది. పడతాన పురుగు మంచిగా ఉండేది, పడంతాన మేసిపోయేది. ఇది అట్లాగా కంటిన్యూగా పోతుంది. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ఇది ప్రెషర్గా ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. అది మనం పంపుతో కొడుతుంటే ముఖం మీద పడేది, ఈడ పడేది, మాస్కులు ఎన్ని పెట్టినా కూడా ఎన్నో రోజులు మేము హాస్పిటల్లో కూడా పోయి దాన్ని ట్రీట్మెంట్ చేసుకున్నాం.
Maruth's drones are DGCA certified and built for endurance and multiple payloads. They have developed what they call an aerial tractor, a single drone with multiple applications. The drone can be used for agri-spraying of pesticides and fertilizers, afforestation via seed ball dispersal, mosquito-borne disease control, fertilizer broadcasting, thermal fogging, crop health analysis to detect diseases early, and even crop health monitoring to provide detailed data on farm productivity. But the real innovation is in who operates them.
When we started the technology like a drones in agriculture, we understood who will use these drones. Then we understood it's not the farmer who is directly going to use these drones, because what we saw was the age group of this 20 to 40. It can be your 10th pass, polytechnic guy, ITI guy, or existing JCB guy, auto driver, cab driver who is in rural areas can adopt this, and a farmer can pay per acre, per usage. So what at the end farmer is paying 500 rupees, 600 rupees per acre, and he is utilizing these drones, and we are creating a small micro entrepreneurs in the village level. We call village level entrepreneurs. They buy these drones and they use this as a service or a rental to the end farmer. The end farmer can buy or use these drones like a pay per use or pay per acre kind of a model. So what the micro entrepreneur is able to do, a micro entrepreneur can do 20 to 30 acres.
Maruth isn't just supplying drones, it's building livelihoods. Through their Drone ESA service model, they train local people to become certified pilots. The 5-day course enables these pilots to serve roughly 50 farmers on average in their respective communities. Today, Maruth has trained over 1,200 pilots in 2 to 3 years, established training centers in more than 15 states, and empowered thousands of villages and drone-based agri-solutions that are delivered by micro-entrepreneurs from within their own communities.
So any trainee who trains from us and goes back, we support them with all kind of technical questions, whatever they have with regarding to operating a drone, maintaining a drone, or all these things. Apart from that, if anyone feels that they have less practice or they are not confident enough to fly the drone, not confident enough to operate the drone in the different modes, we provide them a facility wherein they can come back to us, train on whatever they have been lacking or whatever they require specifically, and then go back and operate in those conditions.
This innovative approach has made Maruth a trusted partner for farmers and a recognized name at the national level.
Thanks to the central and state government, like I have met around 4 times the Prime Minister. First I met was when the locust attack happened, where we used drones. It was peak COVID time, and we could able to control entire Jaipur, Rajasthan region using these drones. That's where the first interaction started. Then he was very curiously trying to understand what are you were using these drones for and what you were doing it. That's why we started telling them. By then there was looking for a solution for reverse migration. Like how can you, people are coming to rural areas, how can you create employment at rural areas? Then we presented him how these drones can create more employment at rural area by providing a simple assistance like a loan or a subsidy, creating more employment opportunities at rural areas to the agri-graduates or to the unemployed youth, and also to the self-help women using these drones. So thanks to the Prime Minister and thanks to the state governments, where they are trying to provide through this loans and subsidies and creating more employment opportunities using these drones.
As Damodar Reddy heads home, he isn't just a farmer, he is a pioneer, and his example shows that when technology meets community, a new kind of harvest can begin. With a drone overhead and a new generation of entrepreneurs below, he's not just farming, he is cultivating the future. This is where India's food is grown, on millions of farmlands like this one. Rows and rows of thriving crops that will be harvested and sent to the market. But look again, this isn't an open field. It's an innovation that is changing the lives of India's smallholder farmers. This is Kheti's greenhouse in a box. Meet Tupari Naresh, a smallholder farmer from Telangana. For years, his open field crops struggled against changing climate. His income as unpredictable as the erratic rains and oppressive heat. But today, inside his kheti greenhouse, he's harvesting a thriving, predictable yield.
గ్రీన్ హౌస్ రాకముందుకు మేము అగ్రికల్చర్ చేస్తున్నాం. అగ్రికల్చర్ చేసేటప్పుడు పోల్ట్రీలు ఉండేవి, కొండపోచమ్మ రావడం వల్ల అవి క్లోజ్ అయినాయి. తర్వాత అగ్రికల్చర్లో సరిపోవట్లేదు, ఆదాయం సరిపోవట్లేదు అని చెప్పి మేము ఈ గ్రీన్ హౌస్ వేసుకొని ఈ గ్రీన్ హౌస్ ద్వారా ఎంతో కొంత ఉపాధి వస్తుంది కదా అని చెప్పి మనీ వస్తుంది అని చెప్పి ఇట్లా పని ఉంటుంది, తర్వాత మనీ వస్తుంది అని చెప్పి చేస్తున్నాం. అప్పుడు అంటే ఇంకొకటి అగ్రికల్చర్లో ఎక్కువ కష్టాలే ఉంటాయి. అంటే వర్షాలు కరెక్ట్ టైంలో పడవు. మెయిన్గా ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే కరెంటు చక్కగా ఉండదు, మళ్ళీ ఆ లేబర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, వరదలు వచ్చి కొట్టుకపోవడం, ఏదో ఒకటి. అంటే అగ్రికల్చర్లో కంపల్సరీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చాలా ఉంటాయి. అనుకున్న దానికి గోల్కు ఈచ్ కాలేకపోతాం. రైతు అంటేనే అదిగా కంపల్సరీ అట్లే ఉంటుంది అది.
Kheti was inspired by the idea to find a solution for the big problem of agriculture in India. Millions of smallholder farmers who India depends on for food are beset by climate-affected harvest and collapsing incomes. Their lives are amongst the hardest in the country.
Every year, extreme summers, every year, unseasonal rains, and so much of pest and disease was impacting our crops. That is when me and my friends decided to have this conversation across multiple states.
Kheti's goal, I think, was to make agriculture into a job-like income for smallholder farmers. We wanted to first understand what is the problem rather than creating a solution and then go and find the problem. So we just started talking to farmers and asked, what is your biggest challenge in farming? I think it was just that question, and then we just patiently listened to everything that came up. And while farmers were not using the exact word climate change, it was different aspects of climate change that was affecting their farming. When we started looking at this problem, the problem that we decided to marry ourselves to, which is how do we make smallholder farmers more climate resilient, we looked at a bunch of other technologies. We looked at drip irrigation, we looked at like weather resistant seeds, we looked at greenhouses.
Inspired by global greenhouse technology, but grounded in India's unique challenges, they knew a breakthrough was needed. Traditional greenhouses were too big and too expensive for the average small farmer. They had to innovate to build a solution that was local, affordable, and effective.
I guess the reason why we chose the greenhouse is because one, it had high proof of concept. Second, anything that grows inside the greenhouse is actually 100% attributable to the product. And it really solved like some of the key challenges that farmers were facing more holistically. So it solved the water problem by having drip irrigation included in our greenhouse package. It solved the pest problem because the greenhouse is a covered environment for plants. It solved some of the excess heat problem because our greenhouses have extra shading in it.
So existing greenhouses, that technology that existed were very big in size, and they were costing about 40 to 50 lakhs for farmers. We used some basic principles. In some terms, I can say we used human-centered design, but what we actually used is jugaad. We used a lot of feedback from farmers, and we just co-built the structure.
So Kheti's flagship product is called the greenhouse in a box, which means that there is a greenhouse at the center of all of it, which is this physical hardware infrastructure that sits on a farmer's land. But the box basically includes a lot of these end-to-end services like input linkage, market intelligence, crop advisory, crop planning, pest and disease management, which make the greenhouse work.
Kheti's unique greenhouse in a box solution is 50% cheaper than traditional greenhouses and covers just 2% of a small farm. So farmers can continue open field cultivation while building a reliable, protected source of income. The development and customization of these climate-smart and farmer-centric greenhouses follows a rigorous process. Step 1 involves researching the crops, the farmers, and the possible structures. Step 2 is brainstorming with experts, manufacturers, designers, and agronomists to come up with greenhouse ideas that solves major pain points of the farmers. Then the designs are tested on software and simulations, and the fabricated prototypes are installed at Kheti's R&D facility near Hyderabad to address the issues and problems. In the testing phase, prospective farmers are invited to the R&D facility to provide feedback based on which a final design is chosen. Costs have been kept low with solutions like reducing the height of the greenhouse to the bare minimum needed by the crop switching from poly sheets to high-quality netting, which actually reduce the temperature inside the greenhouse, and to grow low-height crops that can be sold locally. The result? A greenhouse that costs less than Rs 1 lakh and delivers up to 7 times more food using 90% less water and far fewer pesticides. Incomes can more than double, providing farmers with a crucial lifeline against climate shocks. Kheti has now reached over 7,000 farmers across 9 states, including Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Eastern UP, and Odisha, providing climate-smart farming solutions tailored locally. This isn't just about hardware. Each greenhouse in a box is a complete solution bundled with irrigation, quality seeds, and fertilizer. But its most critical component is the human connection. A dedicated agronomist who provides expert advice on crop choices, pest control, seasons, and monitors progress.
On a weekly basis, we usually call the farmers and ask for the photos of those of their crop, so that we can just diagnose what kind of disease or what kind of pest that they are going through, and we recommend either pesticide or fungicide or fertilizer that should be given for the crop. The farmer who is currently starting his new GH or starting a new crop, we usually recommend English cucumber or some crops like spinach, which can be done in less than 3 months, and they can also earn their profit in less than 3 months itself.
మాకు ఆర్గనైజేషన్ అంటే ఇక్కడ మాకు విలేజ్ దగ్గరలో ఒక ఆయన ఖేతికి సంబంధించిన ఆయన ఉంటే ఒకటి పక్కకి వేసుకుండు పక్కకి వేసుకున్న రైతుతోటి మళ్ళీ మేము అది ఎట్లా వేసుకోలేదని చెప్పి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకొని తర్వాత ఆయనను పిలిపించుకొని ఆయనకు ఫోన్లు చేసి పిలిపించుకొని తర్వాత ఫస్ట్ ఈ చిన్న పెద్ద నెట్ హౌస్ వేసుకున్నా, తర్వాత మళ్ళీ చిన్నది వేసుకున్నా. ఇక గ్రీన్ హౌస్ వల్ల ఏంటంటే మాకు ఒక 50% ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అయితే సాల్వ్ అవుతున్నాయి. అందులో మాకు 20,000 మిగులుతుంది 1 ఎకరాలో వరి వేస్తే, వరి కాకుండా మొక్కజొన్న పత్తి ఏది వేసినా కానీ. అదే మనం ఒక 5 గుంటలో ఖేతి ఈ నెట్ హౌస్ పెట్టడం వల్ల ఏంటంటే ఈ గ్రీన్ హౌస్లో దీంట్లో వచ్చేసి 20,000 పెట్టుబడి పడితే 70,000 80,000 పడుతుంది.
Back in Telangana, Upari Naresh's story proves that for India's farmers, the future isn't about simply surviving the climate crisis. It's about rising above it. And that is what Kheti's greenhouse in a box is helping them do. Before we end, let's talk about financial literacy. It's the foundation for long-term financial security, and that's exactly why IDFC First Bank launched the IDFC First Academy, a platform designed to make finance simple for every Indian. IDFC First Academy is a self-learning platform, and it's absolutely free. It's accessible to all, customers as well as non-customers. Now, to ensure that it reaches a wider audience, the courses are available in Hindi as well, so that financial literacy is accessible to all. It covers aspects of personal finance, from savings and investments to insurance, tax planning, retirement planning, and beyond. To understand how this really helps, let's take an example. Investments. It's one of the most important areas for everyone to know as well as understand. And that's where IDFC First Academy will guide you. Simply, put an investment means setting aside money today. so that it grows and works for you tomorrow. Investments don't just preserve wealth, they help create it. Now, there are many ways to invest: mutual funds, equities, bonds, fixed deposits, real estate, even alternate assets. But here's a question: do you know what really makes an investment smart? Or do you know how to calculate your net worth, that one number that tells you your true financial health? Or do you know what is debt, equity, hybrid, tax-saving mutual fund? And also to know which is the best mutual fund to invest in. All of this and much more is explained in a simple interactive way on the IDFC First Academy platform across 3 levels: Foundation, Intermediate and Advanced.